Hey, Miss Tina. Hey, Charity. Hey, Nicole.
Morning.
Morning.
How is everyone?
Good.
Joyous.
You were tired, Miss Charity? You can't be tired. You know why? Because it's game day.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. All right. I get my camera set up.
Yes.
I'm not used to doing this from the office. I do it from my house every Wednesday, but today is a different type of day. Hi, Miss Sarah.
Good morning.
All right. Tell me some goodness this morning, but while people still log in. Tell me your goodnesses. Tell me your great stories.
I have one.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's good because, you know, at least I'm like engaging them, but like 2 open house people that I've met, and one of them's like 85 years old, maybe, I don't know, 80 years old. But he actually called me himself yesterday instead of using his friend who was helping, and gave me a piece of property that he wanted to go see. So I thought that was, you know, a step in the right direction.
There you go.
Unfortunately, now the land is going off the market, so darn.
Still submit an offer.
Well, the agent said they're taking it off the market.
Still submit an offer. People do some weird stuff when they got money in hand.
The guy wanted to go see it though.
Okay. Well, call the agent and tell him, if I bring you an offer, are you guys interested in selling it? I know you want to take it off the market, but
I did all that.
Okay.
And then the agent guy called back and said that the sellers are taking it off the market. So I couldn't get like permission to go out there, I guess. Right? I mean, you can't just take somebody, right?
Well, send a letter to the seller directly. And that's just send it. Hey, I got a buyer that wants interested in your land. I know that we talked to your agent. They said that it's being pulled off the market. They're still super interested. If you ever want to sell, let me know, or I can bring you an offer right now. Okay.
Okay.
Good morning, Stormy. Good morning, Kyle. Good morning, Jennifer's sunroofs. Good morning, Diego and his sunroof. Good morning, Larry. Good morning, Sunshine. I gotta step my game up. All these sunroofs. I need to get myself is that a requirement for a badass realtor now to get a sunroof?
No, it's just Arizona. I mean, I have one. You have to have one in Arizona.
As the only bald individual on this call, I can tell you that sunroofs are a terrible idea in Arizona. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Remember
In mouth, I get people. Yes. Okay.
2 things you will not see me using: a hair dryer and a convertible. Okay. I'm getting sunburned just thinking about it.
I was just gonna say, I'll bet you do use sunscreen though.
Oh yeah, SPF 1000. It's like white house paint. All right. Today is Wednesday, and what is Wednesday?
Pick your number.
What's your number Wednesdays? It's the fun scripting game show where we go over common objections that you as real estate professionals should know and handle very simply. It's a game show with no points, no awards, and tons of opportunity. Jacob's not on the call yet, Stormy. Thank you for yelling at him. All right, guys, we're going to shake it up. I did not randomize the list this week, and I also didn't uncheck the boxes, meaning that the objections that we handled last week will stay handled, and we're going to move on because we still have 35 others. So, Kyle, I'm going to let you go first today.
All right. I think I'll do number 8.
Number 8. It's a sign call. Kyle, they're calling to say, hey, I just want to know how much the house is on Main Street.
How much the house is on Main Street?
Yeah, they're just a sign call. They just called you up and said, I want to know how much the house is on Main Street.
I believe it's going for about 300,000.
Awesome. Click. Thank you.
That was easy.
That was easy. All right. Who wants to show him the errors of his ways? Tina, you got something? I saw like a hand, like, was it a hand raise?
Yeah, kind of a hand. I would ask, what type of house are you looking for? And what are you looking for in why are you looking to buy?
Well, I'm looking for a house in this neighborhood and just looking for a house big enough for my kids. Can you tell me the price?
Absolutely. I just want to get some more information on what you're looking for and how many rooms and what location and what's motivating you to buy. And we'll take a look at that house. And as I'm looking, I could take a look at a few other opportunities to take a look at as well.
I mean, it looks about the right size. Can I get the price or not?
Absolutely. I'll go ahead and get you the price and we'll go from there. And if you could tell me a few more things about what you're looking for, why I'm looking for the price, I can take a look at some other options for you.
Oh yeah, we're just looking for a bigger house for my kids to play, and you know, sometimes my mom stays with us, so maybe a 3 or 4 bedroom would be nice.
Okay, great. And when can you take a look at the property?
I'm out in front of it right now.
Fantastic. We'll take you inside the property and get you closed.
Get me close. Get me closed.
Get you closed.
That's a difficult call to have, isn't it? The sign call, because you're
And
at a whim. Go ahead, Stormy.
can you do it on me? Because I got like the LP mama for it. And like Tina had it. She was on and then off and then back on and then off.
She was close.
Really close.
She was close. All right, Stormy. Hey, hello?
Hello, this is
Yeah.
Stormy.
I'm out front of your house that you've got on for sale on Main Street. What's the price?
What address was that?
It's the one on Main Street.
Okay,
I don't know.
Main Street. Yeah, Main Street. Let me look that up.
Corner of Main and Maple.
Yeah, I see that. I see that address you want property or you want information on. Is that the area you're looking to purchase a home?
Yeah, we want to be in this neighborhood. It's close to my parents.
All right, great. You said your name was Dan, right? Big Dan?
Well, I didn't say anything about my
What's your name, sir?
Well, my name is Javier.
Hey, Javier, good to meet you. All right. So I see that property's listed at 300. Where does that fall in your budget? Is that high?
Oh, that's too much. Thank you for your time.
A little high? All right.
Is that a realistic phone call?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I almost didn't give you a name. I was like, nah, I'm not going to give it to you. But sometimes they don't do that either.
You need to try to get the email.
So
Right.
here's some things. We ask more questions. Right. Thank you for calling Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. This is Big Dan. One thing, we got to slow ourselves down and we answer the phone too fast because we have to get that out of the way. I'm guilty of it, 100%. Thank you for calling Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. This is Big Dan. Excuse me, who? So you got to say, hey, thank you for calling. It's a beautiful day at Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. This is Big Dan. How can I help? Well, hey, I'm calling about the house you have at 123 Main Street. Okay, great. Awesome property. Is that the one on Main and Maple? Yeah, okay. The big blue house, right? Yeah, it's gorgeous. Getting a ton of activity on that house. So what drove you by it? Well, we're in the area. Can you tell me the price? Absolutely. Why I looked that up. Who would I have the pleasure talking to? My name is Javier. Nice to meet you, Mr. Javier. How do you spell that? Well, why does it matter? Oh, just like to take notes so I know who I'm talking to. While I'm getting that pulled up, Javier, what email address would you like me to send this listing over to you so you can get not only the price, but you'd also get the detailed information and some extra photographs? Well, I don't want to give you my email. That's okay. I just want to make sure you get all the information you need to make a well-informed decision. So even if you got an agent or not, you got the information on the house. Would you like to set up time to come check it out? No, I'm shot front. I just want to see the price. That makes sense, 100%. Javier, the house you're looking for in that price range, what were you shopping? 250, 300. Okay, well, that house is in that price range. There are other houses in the area too that may not work, that may work better than this one. When's a good time for us to get together so we can discuss your options and find the house that's perfect for not only your family, but also your budget? You got time this afternoon, or would tomorrow be easier? Tomorrow? Fantastic, right? Break script. Now we go into setting an appointment, right? Did I give him the price? Stormy, you saw where you went wrong, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the aha. You're like, oh shit, you're right. I didn't ask that. So, and that's the thing, is your expectation is to send the information. Another thing is when they say, I don't want to give you my email, that's a smoke screen. Hey, I can understand that. I'm not going to spam your email with a bunch of unwanted stuff. I just want to make sure I give you the information you're looking for. Trust me, as a used car guy, I know how to get people's email address that they don't want to get, right? How many emails do you get from car dealerships after you go check out cars? You get them for years later. Would you like to sell your Buick? I got rid of that Buick in 1995. Would you like to sell it? I don't own it anymore. Would you like to sell it? Yeah, sure. All right. Great job, Stormy. I love that you jumped in there. Tina, thank you for jumping in. Kyle, hope you're taking notes. This is how you grow, my dude. There you go. All right, Miss Tina, you get to choose the next number.
13.
13, lucky number 13, the buyer. Tina, I like the house. It's been on the market so long, there's got to be something wrong with it.
Well, let's take a look at the information on the house. Can I get your name and phone number so we can set up?
We're already working together, Tina. You and I are buyers. You're showing me houses. You showed me this house that's just been on the market for 31 days.
Okay. All right. And say it again. What's your objection?
It's just been on the market so long, there's got to be something wrong with it.
Do you like the house as you see it? Do you like everything in it? And does it work for you and your family?
Yes.
What do you think would make you want to? What kind of issues would prevent you from buying this home or making an offer on this home?
I don't know.
Well, I've taken a look at the information on it, and as we get a home inspection, we can keep a close eye on it. But this house is going to go fast. The market is moving a lot quicker now. So I think it just wasn't priced right, and now it's priced correctly.
It's been on the market for a month, so what's changed? Like, what's going on?
Nothing's changed on the house. It just hasn't found the right buyer for it. And you're the right buyer. So do you want to make an offer on this house so you don't lose the option on it?
No.
Okay. What would make you feel comfortable in buying this house after you see the home?
It's been on the market for a while. I want to go in $10,000 less.
We can take a look at going in at $10,000 less. If this is the right house, we can put up an offer right now.
Okay.
Okay. Fantastic.
Mara, would you tell her why you're laughing?
Well, I mean, I know you're trying to get them to talk more.
Every time you ask a yes or no question, I answer with yes or no.
Yeah.
Welcome to Script Calls. I listen. Every time you ask a question that responds with one word, I respond with one word. So great job with that, Tina. I see where you were trying to go. I really do. It was fantastic. Let's peel it back a whole lot. Let's off the start. And we start with the magic question. What's the magic question we can ask when someone says, the house has been on the market so long, there's got to be something wrong with it.
What's important about that to you?
Right? What does that mean to you? Tell me more. What do you mean by that? Get them to uncover it. Well, you yourself said the market's moving real fast. Why has this house been on the market for 60 days? 35 days, 8 days. It's been on the market for 8 days. It's old. There's something wrong with it. Right? Well, what's important about that? Well, I don't want to buy houses there's something wrong with. Now we know we go down the path of inspections. Or it's stigma, there's got to be something wrong with it. No, tell me more. Well, the house has been on the market so long, there's got to be something wrong with it. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, as I've told you through our consultation, that oftentimes there's, people out there in the market right now are going to try to overprice houses and take that seller greed and get there. The good thing is they recognize that the price was priced above market and they reduced the price a couple of weeks ago, and that's why it jumped up our radar. So I believe the price is correct now for the market, but they just may have missed the wave on the first round of buyers. And it gives you the opportunity to buy this home at the right price. Do you see how that will work out for you better? Instead of just daisy chaining the things together, we want to find out what the root is. Okay. But you can also say, I've also talked to the listing agent. They've had a couple of offers that came through, they accepted, that fell out because of funding and financing. Nothing has happened on the house that would make me feel like there's an issue with it. What other concerns do you have? You don't want to say, what would make you want to put an offer in on this house? You want to isolate that same thing as, other than it being too old, or other than it being on the market for 31 days, is there anything keeping you from putting in an offer? Yes or no question, right? And they say no, great. Let's get the offer drafted up today. I'll submit it over to the sellers and get you into your new house in the next 45 days. A smoke screen, right?
Lately, I've used a little bit of scarcity too, because even when you find a house like that, I'll tell my buyer, I'm like, it's really weird that this is here, but since we found it, in my experience, the moment my client finds it, somebody else does too and gets an offer in. So, to create that, because it's true. I mean, I've had a couple of people go, oh, I like that one. And we call that day and it's boom, already got, it's just not showing, obviously. So.
Yeah. I love the way that Tina, I love the way you went for the inspections to calm my nerves about it being any issues with the house. We'll make sure we check all that out for the inspection. Not to worry. We'll make sure that
inspection. Yeah, I'm so new, so I wasn't familiar when the inspection phase happens. So I'm not sure.
Offer acceptance.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm kind of picking on the newbies this morning because I want some raw, because you've been on the call a couple times, you heard it, but this is the way it sinks in 100% that technology, because you're like, oh crap, you're right. Like Stormy, he had the aha moment. He's like, oh yeah. It's a ringing point in your brain. It tucks in. And speaking of newbies, Charity Plum, what's your number?
What is it? 1 to 40?
2. 1 to 42.
37.
Ooh, 37. Buyer, Charity, I like the house, but I'm not going to pay full price. Nope. I never pay full price for anything, and I'm not starting now.
So are you thinking maybe $1,000 less?
I'm thinking like $10,000 less.
Okay, what makes you say that?
Well, it's the market, right? You got to negotiate. That's a starting point. That's what they want to get out of the house. I'm not going to pay what they want.
Well, and I definitely understand that. In this market, though, there's such a low inventory of homes available, and I hate to see you lose out just because you're wanting to put in a lower offer than what they're asking. I mean, this house has everything that you are looking for, correct?
Yes.
All right. And I spoke with the agent just right before we showed up, and there's already 2 other offers or 2 other buyers that are looking at placing offers. Honestly, if you want this house, I would say we have to go at the very least what they're asking.
I don't want to.
How would you feel about placing an offer lower than asking price and then not getting the house? What would be more painful?
That would suck. I don't want to lose the house.
Yeah. I would say at the very least, we have to submit an offer at asking price.
Okay. We'll submit an offer at asking price.
Right. So if we submit that offer at asking price and then it ends up that this other buyer wins over yours, how would you feel about that, Dan?
It would suck. I want the house. It's perfect. We've been looking for this house forever.
Okay. So what if we submitted an offer 5,000 above?
Oh, I'm not paying $5,000 over.
Okay. Well, I know you've been looking in this area for quite a while, and this house has everything that you need. I mean, the refrigerator has an ice cube maker. We've got a pool in the backyard with a heated spa, mother-in-law suite with separate entrance. I really think that we should consider the price that you're looking to offer.
Okay.
So if you're competing against 2 other offers, Dan, and it took us this long to find this house, I really think that we should consider going a little bit above. So if we did $5,000 above asking price and you got this house, how would that make you feel?
I'd be excited because it's the house I want.
Mm-hmm. So I really think we should consider that.
Bring it home, close it.
All right, sign here.
All right. We just kept we hit a cycle, right? I love, and I'm glad you went to the pain. How would you feel when, right? That turned the tide of the conversation. You want to get your buyers that are looking to put offers in, get them to give you the number, because then they own it. Miss Charity, I completely understand you don't want to pay market value on this house. What's important about not paying market price?
Well, I feel like everyone overprices everything anyways.
Right, and based on the information you and I did prior to coming out to this house, we know that the market price on this house is dead set where it's at. $300,000 is a great deal on this property. Other than the price, is there anything keeping you from putting an offer on it?
No, everything's just overpriced right now.
Understood. Everything is going to be overpriced for a while. The beautiful thing is the interest rates help bring down that pricing. Where would you like to put your offer in at?
10,000 under.
Okay. Well, if you put your offer in at 10,000 under and the seller doesn't even accept your offer, how are you going to feel?
I'd probably cry.
Okay. And tell me more.
I'd cry a lot.
A lot? Why is that?
Because it's a really nice house.
It is a gorgeous house. It checks off all the boxes that we had together, plus a few on top of that. Now, if you put an offer in at what they're asking for and you got beat by $5,000 or $10,000, how would you feel?
Oh man, that'd be really painful.
Really painful. Now, let me ask you this: is it the money that's the issue, or is it the monthly payment?
Really, it's the monthly payment.
Okay. So for about $60 more a month, you could potentially put an offer on this house for $10,000 above asking and secure the bid. Is that something?
Is that it?
That's about it.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
All right. Reduce the ridiculous. But that's how we do things, is we can take the emotion and put it back into the equation. How would you feel if you got beat? Let me ask you, what sounds like a scarier thing? Coming up with $10,000 or coming up with $60 a month?
10,000.
Maybe $100 a month. You get to $100 a month, that sounds big, right? $100 a month. Oh, wow, that's a lot. Now we reduce it again, $25 a week. So you're telling me, Sarah, for $25 a week, you're willing to let the house of your dreams go? How does that make sense?
And it's actually less than that. 10,000 is going to be about 50 a month.
Yeah. So $20,000 delta is $100 a month is $25 a week. I can assure you, you guys waste that a day. But these are great conversations. Thank you, Miss Charity, for being my guinea pig.
Can I also stress really quick to not put numbers in the client's mouths? We don't know what their budget is. It could be way higher than that. I mean, I would hope maybe at this point we do know their budget, and maybe their fears. We should have a little bit more knowing, at that point. But you'd be surprised what people are willing to pay for, honestly. And so we have to get past that block in our own head of thinking they can't afford it, because we have no clue what they can afford. So don't I think that's just like rule number one. Like you don't have to say a number, just ask what their range is, what their budget is, what makes them feel good.
Yeah. What are you willing to pay? I will tie onto that. My mother, Mama Caldwell, in the hall of her blessed soul, will have $10,000 in her purse, cash money in her purse, and then ask you to borrow $5. Because she doesn't want to use her money, she'll use yours. She may not ask you, but she'll definitely ask me. But that's the thing, is you don't know what people are willing to pay. So ask the question, what would you like to offer? How aggressive are you willing to be? What can you do to give your offer the best chance of survival? When you start asking these questions, it evokes the brain to come up with solutions, because that's the whole point, right?
And sometimes they do have room. I have a weird example. Just on a kind of cold call in the last week, a lady wanted land. She's like, I only want to pay about 25,000. I want to be, close to town. And I'm like, well, there's nothing for an acre. And so I sent her that report. She's like, oh, well, we could go up. So I sent her what actually was like in the foothills, which is 125,000 minimum. She's like, okay, yeah, we can do that. 125 to 150. And she started at 25,000. So like you said, you just don't know what people can really afford sometimes.
That, and I think they just aren't educated to know what it is that you get for your money in situations like that.
Yeah, like it's on us to ask questions, to evoke them to understand. People understand when they give you the answer, not when you give them the answer. Ask questions to get them to help self-identify, right? All right, Larry, looking at you, you're dead center of my screen. So what's your number?
Let's do 29.
29, buyer. Ooh, this has been a buyer day. Larry, I appreciate you sending me all the information. I'm just going to have the listing agent handle my paperwork for me.
Wait, this is a buyer?
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm just going
don't,
to work with the listing agent. So,
okay, I guess I'm not quite getting it, because if I'm working with a buyer, I'd have them by now.
yeah, you showed me those houses over the weekend, and we drove by one that was in our neighborhood. I called the sign guy, and he's gonna send me the paperwork to sign, and we're just gonna work with him.
So you want to go ahead and do a real estate deal without any representation at all, Mr. Caldwell?
The listing agent, the guy that's selling the house, said he could represent me too.
Okay, so he's representing the buyer, and then you're also going to have him talk with you about this. So where does his interest lie? His interest lies with the seller. So how strong and how well represented would you be in that situation?
Well, he's an agent, right? I mean, doesn't he have to?
Yes, he's an agent. Yes, he's an agent, but his whole sole purpose is to represent the seller, which means he's going to be negotiating for the benefit of the seller and not negotiating for your benefit as the buyer. So, having me represent you allows me to negotiate the best possible situation for you on this, as far as pricing is concerned, as far as repairs and any other restoration that may need to be done on the house through the inspection process when they get revealed. In this situation, you really should have someone that is fully on your side of the deal to represent you and negotiate for you for your best interest. Wouldn't that be, wouldn't that work better for you?
Yeah, now that you've said that, it makes sense.
So, again, not trying to force anything on you. I'm looking at this from the logic standpoint. If I'm looking to, do the same thing, go buy a piece of real estate, and I'm not a real estate agent, I need to have someone who understands the laws, the rules, the contracts, all the paperwork that goes along with all of this, and someone specifically who's going to negotiate on my behalf. And that's what I can do for you, and that's what I'd like to do for you. So, I'm ready to step forward and get moving on this property with you as your partner.
Perfect. I like that partner thing.
It doesn't cost you anything.
Thank you, Maura. I missed that.
Yeah. I love the way you went with that, Larry. It was you kind of felt on your heels a little bit, you're a little pushed back on it. But one thing you can say is, Larry, how are you going to feel when you're in a tough situation and the listing agent doesn't have your best interests in mind?
There's the phrase. Best interest in mind.
Yeah. My job as your real estate professional is to is to be a fiduciary. And what does that mean? Is that I look after your best interests above all else. Above mine, above my family's, above the market, above the brokerage, above all else, I look after what's best for you as my client. The listing agent is going to be in what they call a dual situation, limited representation, meaning that he is no longer a fiduciary to either side. He is not able to give advice or help you guys navigate. He's just there to do the paperwork. And even then, probably not at a very good level. How would you feel when you find out that you're working with an agent that doesn't have your best interests in mind? And then whatever that response is typically, well, it's going to suck. Well, then fantastic. Let's make sure that you are armed up and ready for this entire event, and let's partner together to make this a win-win situation. Let's get together this afternoon or tomorrow and get the paperwork all filled out, and I'll get it submitted over to that agent for you. That was a tough one. I'm glad Larry got that one. That was good. We haven't had that one yet in the rotation. So awesome, guys. Well, we got 4 of them in today. Not a bad run. We did a little bit longer on the explanations, but I think it's working. Are you guys liking these Wednesday calls? The what's your number Wednesdays? Shakes it up, take numbers, take notes. They are on our YouTube page, so go out and look at those. If you guys need something, let me know. I'll be on the 8:45 calls for questions and answers here shortly. There is a relaunch, I guess what they call it, where they're doing the vision speech today at 9:30. So if you want to jump on and see Larry's going to talk about the vision speech. Talk about Gary Keller doing the vision speech for 2021 and Keller Williams Vision. A lot of great stuff there. Go to Connect, Keller Williams, kwconnect.com, and KW Connect will have the live feed of that. So it's definitely something to jump on and watch if you can. Other than that, have a beautiful day. Enjoy your Wednesday. Be well, be great. We'll see you guys later.